This meeting is being recorded.
Perfect. Well, thank
There we
you
go.
again. Yeah, thank you again for taking my call. Just quickly, how's your son? Because I know he was injured yesterday.
Well, I'm glad it's not a broken wrist. It is. He's broken it 3 times already. So I was like, oh no.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so as far as we know, it's not. He has an appointment with orthopedics, but the last time they said it wasn't, and then we get to orthopedics and it was broken. So I'm hoping that.
Well.
So I'm hoping that it's all good.
Yeah, it was cool. I was at the orthopedic physician this morning for myself, and I noticed our clinic has a bumps and bruises clinic that you could you can bring your child if they are hurt in a school activity for a free consultation of
Oh, wow, that's kind of neat.
I have never heard of it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
It wasn't free for me, I know that.
I'm sure.
When I brought him.
Oh, darn. Well, I think I had sent you the questions beforehand, and we're just kind of looking into seeing how things can be done differently or better, or where there might be gaps in our processes and what not. So can you just share with me, first of all, what you enjoy most about working at CHP?
Well, I like that it's, we're able to get a hold of the people that I need to. I like what CHP stands for, accountability, compassion, all of that. We provide the patient care that we provide, because this is a hard population. So when we see a difference, I like that we're able to. We don't always see that, but I know that the jail staff is, likes how CHP handles things, like how, their policies and procedures are placed out, and it's easy to follow. If you follow your policy and procedures, I think that CHP has done a good job with mapping out what you can do, what you can't do, and what you need to call for.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, what's most frustrating part of your job, and if you know why, that would be awesome to hear.
So the most frustrating part for me is the fact that I've been with CHP for 3 years. We have been through a huge turnover with HSAs. In the 3 years I have been here, I am HSA number 4. And when I took this position, I got absolutely no training, nothing. I went on what I've learned over the past 3 years here. And it's slowly getting better. We just did a training in York County with Courtney Evans. She flew in and we did a training for a week down there, and they've been a lot better in the last month or so with, sending us new policies, procedures, answering any questions we have, and because they understand that there was a lack of training. We brought that, concern right to the table. The HSAs in Maine were not trained on their job at all. We just kind of wung it. So that can be frustrating.
Oh, yeah. And I did know one of the HSAs a long time ago in Maine, and she was just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about turnover, let's go ahead and I understand that there's some issues with turnover. Why do you think that the people are leaving?
It has to do with this population. I really believe that's what it is. It's hard. It is a hard population. So if, this isn't exactly what you want to do, it can be hard. It can be, it can be very challenging. And I think, again, it has a lot to do with the training. A lot is expected of us, and a lot on our plate. And without that training, people feel like they're kind of backed into a corner.
Yeah.
So honestly, I feel that contributes to the turnover, because, if you're not shown something and then they keep saying, well, we need this, we want this, we need this, we want this, and I think that people weren't asking, because I honestly, if I don't know how to do something and I shoot out a message to CHP, if the person I send a message to doesn't know, I have like 4 other responses from other people telling me, this is how I think, this is what you need to do. So I'm not sure that they asked for the help. I think they just kind of wung it, and it gets too much. It gets overwhelming.
Gotcha. So I think I'm hearing you say that to reduce the turnover, the training would probably help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And the population you're referring to are the incarcerated, right? Not the,
Yeah, yep.
employees.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
I just want to make sure I understand that. I have family in the jails and stuff. On this, I have a sergeant, and then my niece is a nurse and stuff. So it is a tough population. I get it.
It is. And if you're not, if you're not sure what you're walking into, it can be, overwhelming.
Right. Huh. Well, so if you were to quit tomorrow, hypothetically saying, what would be your reason for leaving?
I'm trying to think. I guess, again, it would all go back to the not being properly trained.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want to feel like if I ever felt like my nursing license was in jeopardy because I was not properly trained on something and I felt like this isn't okay, I can't do this, that would be my reasoning.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned the nursing license in jeopardy because that's a huge thing for you to keep. You get one chance, right?
Yeah, that's it. Once you lose that, you lose it. There's no turning back.
Right.
So I am very big on making sure that we don't go outside our scopes.
Right. So, now that you mention that, if you were asked to go outside your scope, what would that be for? Would you even know?
I do. I have printed out a copy of the Board of Nursing Scope of Practice.
Okay.
So if I am not sure, I have gone back and looked at my scope of practice and been like, that's not something that I can do, but let me get a hold of CHP and see what their thoughts are on it, who, if we should have the provider do it, if, what their thoughts are. But I definitely have the scope of practice printed out and hung up in our office, and I encourage everybody, if you're not sure, to look at it.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. So if you could change anything, what would be the first thing you would change?
The training.
Even the training that's now being put in place? Do you think there's room for
the training? Well, see, the training now has just started, so it's it's a little hard. They're talking about when they have new HSAs starting, having the regional come out and spend a week with them, and I think that's great. But the ones that have been in the position still need that training.
They don't need that training?
We do. We haven't, we have gotten very little. So I think that would be the biggest thing, is to make sure we're all properly trained and that we know what we're doing. This is a hard enough job as it is but then to try to wing everything it's not good. And that's where I think people really get kind of left behind, and that's why they leave.
Right. And I know Courtney.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's so awesome.
I think she's awesome too. I don't really work with the CHP side anymore, but I met her when she was just like the HSA in her facility in Missouri and stuff. So this is exciting.
And we learned a lot from her last week when we were with her, a lot, which is awesome. We learned so much.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know you like Courtney, and now that she's in place and you're feeling like you're going to get what you need, what do you need from other CHP leadership that maybe you're not getting?
I think that I'm getting what I need, honestly, because even Mike, Jeff, anybody, if I send out a message, if they don't have the answer, they will say, Billy, can you answer Amanda? Or Jennifer, can you answer Amanda? And I always hear right back from them, always. Even if they don't know the answer, they'll tell me, we're working on this, we'll get back to you. So I really think, and Eric is awesome too. Eric has been, once a week he calls me, tells me call me whenever, he's right there. So I feel like, I'm getting what I need at this time from them.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, you sound very enthused, and it sounds like if things weren't what you needed in the past, things are being put into place now.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I've been here for 3 years, and I've seen a huge change in the 3 years I've been here. In just the last couple months, a huge change.
Okay, good. Well, is there anything